It started with a silence no one expected. Mark's laughter, once the heartbeat of every room, had grown faint. Friends whispered that he looked tired, but Kelly brushed it off, believing it was only stress. Then came the hospital visit that changed everything. Doctors ran tests, their faces tightening as numbers flashed on the screen. What they saw wasn't fatigue, it wasn't stress. It was something far more cruel. Mark's liver was failing, and no treatment seemed to bring relief. The words were heavy, the air suffocating. Life suddenly felt fragile in a way no one was ready for. For months there had been signs hiding in plain sight. Small aches, a loss of energy. Dark circles under his eyes that makeup could no longer conceal. Fans who adored him noticed he moved slower, smiled less, but they never guessed what was unfolding behind closed doors. Kelly kept a brave face, even as worry carved lines into her own. She held on to hope, clinging to the belief that modern medicine could fix what was broken. Endless hospital visits turned into routine. Blood tests became the language of their days. But hope can be a cruel companion, whispering promises that reality cannot keep. Each new treatment offered light, but only for a moment, before fading into disappointment. The illness advanced quietly, mercilessly, leaving the family to wonder how much time was truly left. The decline was not sudden. It crept in slowly, stealing pieces of him day by day. At first, Mark fought bravely, telling friends he would beat this like he had conquered every other challenge in his life. But the treatments that once carried promise began to fail. The medications no longer worked. The doctors adjusted doses, switched therapies, tried every combination possible. Nothing stopped the march of disease. His once strong body grew weaker, his voice softer, his smile harder to find. For Kelly, watching the man she loved fade felt like drowning in slow motion. Nights grew longer, filled with unanswered questions. Their children saw the change too, learning far too early what fragility means. The family leaned on each other, refusing to let despair win. But even love has limits against a battle this unforgiving. The home that once echoed with laughter now echoed with worry, with whispered prayers for one more good day. The fight wasn't over, but it was no longer fair. The turning point came with a single conversation. The doctor, with eyes that carried years of sorrow, spoke words no family ever wants to hear. The treatments are no longer working. The liver has shut down. There are no new options left. Silence filled the room. Kelly gripped Mark's hand, her world collapsing in a moment that felt endless. Tears burned but would not fall, because strength was all she could offer him. Mark looked down, nodded slowly, and whispered, "So this is it." The weight of acceptance crushed everyone present. There were no more promises of recovery, no charts showing progress, no prescriptions to bring hope. Only time remained. Precious, uncertain, fleeting. In that moment, reality broke through every wall of denial they had built. It wasn't just a diagnosis. It was a countdown, a final chapter beginning before anyone was ready to turn the page. Yet even in that darkness, love refused to disappear. Mark asked for time with his family, not hospitals. He wanted dinners together, laughter when possible, silence when needed. He wanted his children to remember him not as a patient, but as a father who loved them more than life itself. Kelly's heart ached, but she honored his wish. They stopped counting the days and started cherishing the moments. Every smile became a treasure. Every breath, a victory. Though the future was uncertain, one truth remained unshaken. Love would carry them through what medicine no longer could. Mark's fight is now measured not in treatments, but in love, in courage, in the strength of a family facing the unthinkable. No one knows what tomorrow brings, but tonight they hold each other close. If this story touched you, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts. We're here with you.